friends, we're back. Sorry I missed last week again and I've been sporadic, but I was in Sun Valley with my in-laws for the weekend. I didn't have time to make a video, but I told you that before, so it was fine. The videos are probably going to start getting more sporadic because school's going to start soon-ish, in like 3 weeks. And I'm not going to probably have time because school's done. So just keep that in mind. I have a question for you while I get this prepped. My longer videos have more views than my short videos, which doesn't make sense to me because the shorter ones should be more watched because they're shorter, unless it's because my longer ones are more interesting and so you don't care about the length. So I just need some help clarifying that because y'all are weird and sporadic as well with your views. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm dressed with my hair done, so that's exciting. Proud of me. It's because it's Mom's birthday today. So I'm making her a birthday treat, even though she told me not to bring anything to the dinner that we're having. I'm gonna do it anyway, Mom. We're making a shortbread berry tart kind of thing. It's not really gonna be a tart because it's not circular, but I don't think tart has to be a circle. I don't know, I need to get a fork. But since shortbread is delicious, we're gonna do some more shortbread for the crust because I don't like using pie crust for that unless you were to like put some additional sugar or flavor in it. I don't like pie crust for that. So we're using shortbread because it's delicious. And it's kind of like a play on a dessert she already makes. We're just making lots of adaptions. So I guess technically they're not even alike, and it's fine. So we're making the short crust right now, shortbread, whatever. And it's really easy, and since I've done it before, I already had a lot of it prepped and out. And I'm working from the edge of the counter so that you guys can see the bowl. The oven's ready. Because I have a hard time making cooking videos for you because I've got that ledge and then the counter. So I can't really record for you because I don't have a camera person and it's just hard. So it's fine. So we're working on the edge of the counter. If you don't have a pastry blender, which is what you use to combine the butter and the flour, you can just use a fork, which is what I do because I'm too lazy to buy a pastry blender. And it's fine. So when you cut in your butter, it's gonna not look super mixy, and that's fine because we're gonna knead it together like we talked about in my last shortbread video. And then you put the tiniest amount of liquid in it. We're gonna use milk because we need to get rid of it before it goes bad. You can use water though or cream. The recipe said is fine. So it's whatever you want to do. And we're just doing vanilla since we're doing a fruity topping and we don't want it to be too flavorful. We're gonna put some Danish dessert on it. Christian doesn't know what this is. It's kind of jello-y. You put it with fruit. I don't know. It's a pudding, pie filling, or glaze. So it's, I don't know. But I went to the store by myself and found it, so it's missing out. So we're gonna put a splash of milk in here, not too much. Probably should measure it, but I'm not going to. Just a little splashy splash. And then we're gonna put a little bit of vanilla in there. And I'm gonna maybe put some huckleberries in it because they went and picked me huckleberries because they're nice because I couldn't go. But mostly it's gonna be blueberries because I need to get them used, and some strawberries because fruit is delicious and good for you, and it'll be a nice light summer treat. And with some of this shortbread, I'm going to make a little 50 on top because Mom's turning 50, but apparently we're not supposed to tell people how old we are once we get older. Well, that's silly because getting older is a privilege denied to many. So it's cool for her to be 50. And it's fine. So this is as stirred up as it's going to get with the fork. So then what you want to do is throw him on the counter. And the recipe was like, oh, make sure your surface is floured. But I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want it to be too dry. I'm just going to get it squished all together first. And then we can worry about that. So don't worry about it not being all combined because that's how it's supposed to be. Shortbread's weird. So I'm gonna get it combined and chilled, and we're not gonna roll it out and cut it into shapes or do the log like we did in the last video. We're gonna roll it out and just put it in my 9x13 is the size I think I'm gonna make. and then let it chill in that way, and then we'll bake it. You want to make sure you chill it before you bake it. We've talked about that in the last video, so a lot of this is recap, but I will see you in a little bit once it's all chilled and my fruit's cut up, and we'll put the rest of it together. It's happening. All right, so this is the Danish dessert stuff. It is gelatiny, and so my vegan tip for today is you can just use cornstarch and any kind of fruit juice that you want, and that will thicken it up. So you make basically a fruit gravy, and the cornstarch will help thicken it up because this is gelatin. So technically it's not vegan. And then so what it says is for the glaze, you stir it in with some water and bring it to a boil it for 1 minute, and then you fold in your fruit, and then you put it on top, and then you let it chill. So it's not to a full boil yet, but I want to make sure the gelatin is dissolved in there before it starts boiling so that it can start working. You can already see that it's a little thicker. And then while that's coming to a boil, here's the crust, and I put a cream cheese mixture on top. So it's just cream cheese and a little bit of powdered sugar, because you want it to be flavored, obviously, but you want it to still be kind of cream cheese tangy because the fruit's sweet, so you want the balance. And then here's the little 50 I made out of the shortbread. Cute. There's my fruit. So this is thickening up a lot. It's jelly now. And you just want to make sure that it does it for the full minute. It's going to start spitting at me because it's hot. But it's been the minute. We're going to take it off, stir in the fruit, and then I'll show you what it looks like in a second. And we're back. So this is what it looks like done. What I've seen people before do is put a layer of Cool Whip on top of the fruit so that there's more creamy, fluffy, delicious. But my problem with that is then you can't see the pretty glaze on the fruit. So I'm just going to do little florets of whipped cream instead so that you can still see the fruit, but that it's still creamy. But it looks pretty cute. The 50 looks good on top, and it's smaller than I said it was going to be, but I think this looks good because there's not a ton of us because Mom's an empty nester now anyway. But yeah, it looks pretty good. If you want to add nuts to the shortbread, go for it. If you want to add nuts into the fruit mixture, go for it. But we've talked about this. I don't like nuts in my dessert very much. And I think this looks good how it is. But you want to let it cool for a second before you stir in the fruit to the gelatin. And then just let it kind of chill for a second. But you want to cover it up and put it in the fridge because it's a chilled dessert. But it looks pretty good. I hope Mom likes it. I hope you liked it. And I will see you next week.